Alright, welcome back, guys. Just went and had my copper mining run a little while ago. We're up to 146 copper now. And we've had some changes in the way ore processing is done. So I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing because I'm starting to run the copper. Now, normally, if I had other sources of copper, I would kind of save the copper for when I can do the bath right here. I can do it in sulfuric acid, which will give me blue vitriol. Every 2 will give me enough to get me another copper out of it. So it's a good way of getting extra copper. But the blue vitriol takes 64 EU, which I would prefer to use an MV electrolyzer for rather than an LV electrolyzer for. And I haven't gotten a decent way of making power. If I wanted to do that with diesel like what we're doing right now, I could do the titanium engine, which would give me 128 RU, and then the dynamo would give me 88 EU, but I'd much rather just feed it directly, power directly, rather than having to go through the dynamo. We'll still be using a dynamo to make the power, I'm sure, but I'm actually going to wait on that for a little while. And because we actually need the copper right now for circuits, I'm not going to save it. But the nickel and the malachite that's in there, we already had these 2 up here for azurite, that for nickelite, and that for malachite. Well, we can now combine these 2 into the same one, which we are going to be doing. Stantonite I'm getting off of something. It can also be bathed down to get me extra copper. The only thing is if I go ahead and let it process and then roast it, I can get a small copper 1/72 of tin and hematite out of it. So I'm probably going to save that as well, rather than it run through. The gold I'm just going to let run. That's not going to be a big issue. But the malachite, the cobalite, if I remember correctly, I keep forgetting which way it is, but I do believe the cobalite we most definitely want to bathe because we need this refined stuff to centrifuge. No, that one isn't the right one. So we need actual cobalt. And doing it in the bath will only give us cobalite. So that is not going to do us any good whatsoever. So if we actually centrifuge it, there we go, that will give us the actual cobalt ore that we need to then centrifuge that to give us cobalt 60. So we definitely want that to go through. And over here, I actually have tiny purified cobalt right there, tiny purified nickel, sparelite, tiny refined cobalt. For some reason I have 2 of them, but we're going to be moving these over and up there today. And we're also going to switch around these azurites. We can actually, if I hit the right button, there we go. duct tape. By the way, I used some plastic and made a large roll of duct tape. It only takes 3 thin sheets of plastic to make one roll, and it does 100,000. So it lasts for a good long time. A lot easier than carrying around 10,000 ones of paper. And we're going to go ahead and just break that glass out for the moment. We'll stick that up there. Crap, I actually did that backwards. Oops. Okay, so what we need to do is tape this one and this one. I didn't realize when I did that which one it was. So I actually want to store them as the large ones, not as the small ones. So this is a purified azurite. And then the mass storage had the tinies. There we go. Now we can do that. And we were only at 5,000 of the 10,000 that can hold. So that is perfectly fine being wood, and it's up far enough that nothing should be an issue. We can change these over, but I'm not real worried about it at the moment. So let's go ahead and grab these over here. Let's tape the spare light back up and grab this, that, nickel, cobalt. We're not too worried about the bauxite because we're not running bauxite right now. Alright, and we can just use regular brass pipes for this. We're not going to have that much coming in of some of these. And we need to also set this filter, which is currently set for those. We need to set them for the same things, the ones that need to be up there. So this is purified cobalt. We're going to stick that right there. And we'll open it like that. And then we can also grab one out of there and stick it on the filter. Now, so you know, you technically don't need the filter because the barrel can filter it itself or work like the filter. And I can, but the good thing about the filter is I can also put one in here and have it set as a blacklist, which I may do soon. And that will mean that nothing can go through the blacklist one that is on it and force it to come this way on the whitelist one. Alright, so we're going to put the nickel one right there. Open it. I got to be very careful I don't hit that pipe. Let's see if I can actually bring this up. There we go. Now I can get on top of it. So now we're going to do the same with this. And we're going to stick it in there. The cobalt we don't have to worry about doing a full one for because there will not be any full ones. But we do need to do that for the malachite. I don't really have to worry about it so much because I have to actually put that in. and I'm not going to process it right now. But the nickel, I don't think I need to worry about it either, because I don't think there's a whole lot of nickel ore. Nickel ore, you normally just get garnierite and pentlandite. And the good thing about this is I'm not going to need another barrel since Greg did this nice change finally. I can just throw these in there. You can shift click them in, by the way. And then as you can see, they'll go right into what they are. The nickel, like I said, I don't need to worry about doing a full one for that. I don't need to worry about doing a full one for the cobalt. Put the spare light right there. Turn it the right direction. We do spare light nickel, by the way, because they can be used for platinum group sludge, which will give us extra platinum, iridium, osmium, stuff like that. We'll need alcoresia for that. Spare light. Excuse me. Spare light, again, we won't get a whole lot of that unless we go to an actual iridium vein or platinum vein. So I'll be just getting that as byproducts currently. So the cobalite we're not real worried about. I think I might want to do the... I don't know. I know I will eventually do the stannite and the kesterite. But right now I'm not real worried about doing them, because I'm actually thinking about going and mining out my tin vein down there. It'll give me some extra stannite, kesterite, and I can get some hubnerite out of it and wolframite out of it as well. I think I might just leave them and let them run through as they are. So we've got the malachite, we've got the nickel, gold we're not worried about. Copper will come over here to get processed. We will add that eventually. We do have this other refined cobalt we need to deal with, which this one actually is the one that comes out of here. So this one we need to add. Let's see, that is open. Okay. So this one is actually going to go over here. I'm going to put this pipe right there. We'll put that right there. And that is the actual refined instead of the purified. That's why we had two of them. Which we also have these, which purified tungstate. Why is that in that box? I could be running it through hydrochloric acid to get manganese chloride. If I centrifuge it, I get pyrolusite, silver, and lithium chloride. The lithium chloride is really good. If I run it through here, I get a little pyrolusite and extra tungstate, so that might actually be a good reason to do that. But I'm not quite sure why I got it in this box currently, because right now I'm not worried about either of those. So and ilmenite, I definitely don't need it in there. See, there's the stannite I was saving. There's some nickelite. See, I got to get all of these. These are things I've been saving for bathing in sulfuric acid, which there is some gold in there, but I don't think I'm going to continue to save the gold. And like I said, these cobalites do not need to be saved anymore. because they do not give me anything I need. So I will deal with getting that dealt with. This is everything that needs to go through a sifter, which I do need to get a sifter made. That is to get sifted. These are things I'm not going to be washing currently because I don't need them. Alright, so we need to get this taken care of. I do think I'm going to put in that blacklist filter, because depending on how full things are, depend on if it's going to be a pain in the butt or not, but I'm going to have to make another filter for that. By the way, when these tapes get low, get 4 of them and put them together, and you can make a brand new roll. That was something that was added quite recently. But I think we're going to leave it off there. I'll finish hooking up that pipe later because I'm going to have to make a way to get it over there. I got to make some more of these black bronze pipes. I actually could just add it to this though. Yeah, why don't we do that instead? Let's take, and then I can make sure that this is going to work, because it should try to go to that filter. And as long as it doesn't get it too fast, the pipe coming off the filter won't matter too awful much, and I can just upgrade this then. So we'll just do this, and then we can add one of these over here. Ugh, come on. Alright, we'll use some more. By the way, I have this mossy limestone because I'm going to shred it. I just haven't gotten it into the shredder yet. I'm not going to add a box for the uranium because I won't get a whole lot of that right now. So we're going to throw that in there. And we're going to take one of these, and we're going to put them in that filter, which I have to go up top for because you can't reach between pipes. There we go. So if we do get any of that out of there, which we'll get when the Colbo light starts running through, it'll get saved over there, and then we can set that up later to centrifuge. So that's a little bit of the change of how we're doing things compared to before. Like I said, I'm definitely going to make a blacklist filter to put here. That way we don't have to worry about this mess too much. I think I'm actually going to take these 2 pipes out of here and move it down to here. I don't need it quite so stretched out there. And that was just to inject things and isn't needed any longer. That was when I had those 2 boxes down there. I actually went through all of them and injected them in to be centrifuged and everything, so don't need to worry about that. We're going to go ahead and throw that in, and that's going to make us blocks of limestone dust, which we will end up getting downstairs with the rest of our limestone dust. In the next few days, we'll probably have another video or another stream for doing some prep work around here. Now that I got copper processing, I just got to let it get done. By the way, I turned on my electrolyzer for the water again. I also got all of that tungsten ran, so we need to turn this off. And we're going to be making diesel engines for all of these. probably moving them down, which is going to be fun for the ones that actually have fluids in them. But we're going to redo this so I can stop crinking my neck to get up there. Also be making stuff to change over these electrolyzers to be auto shut off, because you can't use auto shut offs on them. But I will show you guys how we figured out how to do that on the server after we get the prep work done to get it done. So I'm going to get back to getting some stuff processed and ready. I'll see you in a couple days for the streaming video. Look at that, we're up to 355 copper. Beautiful. So have a good one, take it easy. I will see you in a couple days.